Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to make this flowering fields bag in a box. I think it should be a box in a bag because the box is in the bag, but historically it's been called bag in a box, so who am I to argue? So this kind of design's been around for a long time, but I haven't done one for ages, and I just thought actually these papers here are lovely for spring, so let's make a little spring basket. So I'm going to pop that one just there and show you the supplies you need. So I've used the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, and this time I'm going to use this one here in Pale Papaya. It's got Mango Melody in as well. So this measures 3 inches by 12 inches. This piece here for the box inside, this is soft succulent, and this measures 5.5 inches by 3 inches. And then you need 2 strips for the handle, and this is basically the length of A4, so you can have short handles if you'd like. I quite like them being long like this. So these measure, let me just check, 1/4 inch by 11 3/4, but you can obviously adjust them to your cardstock size in your region. That's all you need, very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the scoring first on this piece here. So you're going to score on all 4 sides at 3/4 inch. And that's it. It's so easy to make these, and my ladies in my class this month were saying how they'd love to make some for Christmas and put all sorts of little goodies in. I think you could put there's like little miniature bottles of wine, chocolates, Easter eggs, loads of things you could put in, little nail varnish and stuff. So really good little gift bag. So I'm just folding on all the score lines here. Okay, and then we're just going to do a little bit of cutting. So have it this way round, sort of in landscape, and then you're going to just cut up to the score line here on each of these tabs, just straight at the moment. Do the same on the other side. So this leaves you with these 4, and then we're just going to flower pot on these end pieces here. So we're going to leave this middle section straight and just come in and do our little flower pots here. So it's basically just coming in slightly at the bottom and going up into the corner on all 4 of those tabs. So come in slightly and then cut into that corner. And I think I'm the only person really that calls these flower pots, but that's why, because they end up with a little flower pot shape. And same on this side. So if you do enjoy watching my videos, I'd really appreciate it if you could click subscribe on the link below. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not going to spam you with loads of videos, but it means the world to me, and it really helps my my YouTube channel. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that. Okay, so usually when we make a box, we put tape on this side and then we put these on the inside, but because the inside of the box is going to be visible, we're going to put these tabs on the outside. So you want to flip it over and have it kind of this way up. I always call it like my little tortoise on its back, and put some tape in the corners. Now if you want to use glue, you know, feel free, but just hold on to them when you're sticking it together, just to make sure that it stays in place before you move on to the next one. So I'm just going to remove the backings here. Ooh, I got stuck to it. Okay, so you're going to come round and line up this straight edge with this fold here. So that's going at the straight edge is going on the inside, and you're just bringing that one round. So you don't want this edge to come right to the bottom or right to the top, because we've done our little flower pot. So just have it so that it hits the back there, and then just fold it round on each side. Okay, so there we have it, our little kind of box, little tray to go inside. So with our designer series paper, make sure you have it the right way up and flip it over, because what we want to do is put tape all the way along the bottom and up one side here. I normally choose the right hand side. So just make sure before you stick it, put your tape on, that you have actually got, you know, your paper going the right way up, because we want it along the bottom. And then put tape all the way along, or glue again. If you're gluing, I would suggest maybe doing a bit at a time when we come to stick it to the box. I'm just running along there to make sure it's stuck down. And then, like I say, on one of the edges we need some also. Okay, and then when I go to put this together, I tend to just pull off a little bit of the tape at a time. Oh, sorry, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment, so sorry if I'm sounding a little bit more croaky than usual on here. What you want to do, the side that you're taping or gluing, we're going to start, there's the box there, so at the base we're going to stick that all around. Okay, sorry, I'll show you that way. So that's the base of the box. We're going to stick that all the way around. So you can get in a little bit of a pickle if you tear it all off at once. So I've just pulled off some of my backing, and then I tend to work upside down. So I'm going to find roughly the center of the box, doesn't really matter, and get it as close to the bottom as I can. So just to show you, that's what I'm doing there. So this is just going to then wrap around all the edges of the box. I'm trying to make it most obvious. And what you want to try and do is keep this lovely curve up here, but these are straight at the bottom. So, oops, you can see that I haven't quite hit the corner, so I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. And then just keep pulling this tape back a bit and feed it round to the next section there. And then this long stretch, you can just do it a little bit at a time. Just follow the baseline of the box there. And then when you get to this stage, you need to stop. We're not doing this last one yet, because we need to get rid of that rest of that backing, but also take this one off. Otherwise it's tricky to get to once we get to that stage. So the final bit is to wrap this around here. It will overlap, and then this piece here is going to come and join here. So just take your time doing it, go round this edge here, and then as you come round here, just try and line it up, and that should meet at the top there. If it's slightly over, either you won't worry about it, or you can just trim a little if it's not quite lined up at the bottom. But that's essentially it. You can see I've got a bit of light shining through the bottom there, so I'm just going to go around the inside with my bone folder and just press down against the box here, just to make sure that the tape's actually stuck. And how cute is that? I mean, it's quite sweet on its own as a little kind of bag without handles. I can't think of a word, a little pot. But yeah, so it's really sweet, and in all of these colours it looks really nice. Okay, so with your handles here, like I say, you could have shorter handles, you could have them coming this way round, you can have them crossed over, however you want to. What I would do first though is just really lightly get your bone folder in between your thumb and finger here, and just lightly curl. Really don't have to do this hard because it just naturally curls these handles, and that just breaks the fibres a bit and makes it a bit easier to curl. So this one I've just done with these tool handles, and I'll show you an alternative on this bag. What I have done, if you want just the handles straight like this, on the front of the bag I've stuck them to the inside, and on the back I've stuck them to the outside, so just so they don't show on this piece. So just choose how you want them to be, have a play around. So you can either have them both sides stuck on the outside like this, you can have the front tucked in there and the back kind of stuck on the back here, or even inside, however you want it. But decide before you start to stick, because if you're doing them on the inside, you need to stick it on the outside of this curve here. Okay, so you can see how that's curving over, but I want it to be on this side of the curve. And because I'm going to put my other piece on the outside of the box, I'm going to put it on the inside of the curve. So here and there. Let me just show you on here. So I'm going to put a bit of tape on the outside of the curve here, but then flip it over and put it on the inside for the back. So you can see I haven't used a lot of tape, and it's just about the same width as this. Okay, do the same on this and on this side. So one of them on the right side and one of them on the wrong side. Like I said, if you want them both to be on the outside or the inside of the box, then, you know, just have a look to see where you need to put your tape. So let's peel the backing off. If you were going to do, just straight over handles like I did on the first one, you'll put that one inside there about the, you know, the length of the tape down, and then put this one on the back like that. Okay, if you want them shorter, you could go down further, or you could cut your handles down. Like I say, you can go this way, but I'm going to do the one this time where I'm going to have a crossover. Okay, so I'm going to stick this one down first. So the one on the inside at the front, I'm going to put about there. Okay, and then this one at the back, I'm going to put sort of roughly the same width in, but on the back. And I'm going to stick that to the outside. Okay. Oops, can't get the backing off. Come on. Okay, so this is going to flip over and stick about here. Again, you don't have to be exact in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to take the backings off of these two. Now this one here, the tape's gone over the edge a little bit, so I'm just going to fold that back in just so I don't get too sticky. So this one is going to come in at the front, roughly the same kind of depth on the inside as this one, and then I'm just going to cross it over to have that little kind of design there. So it might depend what you're going to put in there as to how you want your handles to be, and how much of the bag you need to kind of access to get to your goodies, but I think you can slot most things in either way, to be honest. So let's pop that on there. Cute. And then I've used, which is in the same suite, this window pane check ribbon. In the catalogue I thought it was black and white, but it's actually evening evergreen, so the really dark green, which is also in these papers here, in all the different ones. So I'm taking, let's see if I wrote it down, about 8 inches here, because we're going to just tie a little bunny ears bow. And by that I just mean you're going to do 2 loops here. See, I've got the 2 loops. Let's move that out of the way so you can see a bit more. And then I'm going to tie those 2 loops in a knot. You could just tie a regular bow if you'd rather. Oops. Let's start again. So 1 loop here, 1 loop here. Let's make them about the same size, and then tie them in a knot. If you've got your own ribbon, of course you could leave yourself more to play around with. It's just mine had to kind of go across a class of, or various classes of my ladies, so this isn't the best bow ever. One more try. Always on camera. It's always more tricky. Here we go. I think I've got it. Okay, and then with the bows, I just hold on to the knot, pull the loose ends so that the loops come in, and then I just pull those again until I've got the size that I want. And then I found that a glue dot didn't really hold this ribbon. I would normally just stick that on with a glue dot, but it kept falling off on mine. So I would suggest a little bit of Tombow glue on the knot at the back. And then just pop that where the handle meets the bag. And then with some, ooh, didn't even stick with Tombow there. I didn't hold it long enough. Right, okay, so you'll hold that longer, but then just with some sharp scissors, you're just going to, I'm going to take that off for a second. I didn't really have a choice there, did I? You're just going to cut the ends, but let your glue dry first. But obviously for the video here, I just want to speed things up a little bit. Okay. don't know if I've actually now put my finger in the glue side. You get the drift. Okay, so then finally I'm just going to use the brushed brass butterflies, and I just popped a couple on the handles just to give those a little bit of detail. So I've used one of the small ones. I'll pop that up here. I love these. They're so sturdy. They look fragile, but they're really not. And then one on this one. So there we have it, my Flowering Fields spring bag in a box. I hope you enjoy making it. Take care. See you soon. Bye.